Hey guys, welcome back to THFE. This is Psychoduck, and I am here with another Throwback Thursday video. Similar to the video I showed you guys about cargo port and that concept evolving over the years a few weeks ago, I kind of wanted to show you guys another concept that I created several years ago, and kind of show you the evolution on that, because you know, like I said in the cargo port video, we are always evolving as forgers and iterating on designs and whatnot. And this is another concept which I think has some really cool aspects to it, just like the cargo port concept. And like that concept, it is something that I feel I have yet to actually execute to, you know, satisfactorily. But anyways, we'll let you guys decide for yourself. The first map I want to show you guys, and actually there's two of these this time, there's not three, but the first one is a map called Roundtown, and this was a map I actually created with another guy whose name, or well, his gamertag was Hi, I'm Erupt, back in the day. And this map was really inspired by Ghost Town, which I think is a really unique and interesting Halo map that doesn't really get a lot of credit. But this map really kind of tried to bring sort of that destroyed, or that urban vibe that was, you know, a little different, that had these tight spaces to fight in. And you know, another main concept of Ghost Town was having this really porous geometry. And by that, I don't mean that it just had a bunch of holes in it. I mean, you know, when I talk about porous design, I mean that there's loads of different routes into any given area, not very many choke points. So the map turned out pretty nicely. We didn't really test it that much past a certain point. I'm afraid we had a bit of a falling out, and I don't know, the map was kind of forgotten about. But I think it's got some interesting aspects to it, for sure. First of all, I mean, the theme's pretty cool. Erupt did this awesome arch that has, you know, it's just really cool. Uses the large ramp circular pieces in a really kind of unique way to create this really cool geometry. And that arch was kind of this visual focal point for the map, and it actually had these really cool jumps off it and all kinds of cool stuff. And you know, there were actually lots of interesting jumps. The way the buildings were connected was pretty cool. You know, we didn't want it to just be this really flat map. We wanted to have connections between buildings on the upper levels as well, you know, both by bridges or by jumps. And the interconnectedness of the map was pretty nice. In some areas it was a bit lacking, in others you know, the overall layout of the map wasn't terribly coherent. You know, some of these structures were really I don't know, almost kind of thought out on their own rather than thought out in terms of how they connected to the rest of the map. But you know, in the end the map does play pretty nicely. There's a ghost on it, which is cool, you know, neutral ghost, which you can use in some of these tighter spaces. And you know, it's got some interesting sight lines and whatnot. And it plays pretty nicely for Slayer. You can actually play like 4v4 games all the way up to 6v6. And actually, we've been playing it in my Throwback lobbies a bit lately, and we've been having fun with it. Another, I suppose, problem with this map was in terms of callouts. It's kind of hard to call out on here. There's no, you know, there's no color callouts, which was intentional, but it's hard to, you know, beyond a landmark like the arch or like the ghost shed or the shotgun building. I don't know. I don't think callouts were terribly well executed. But anyways, you know, I kind of started thinking back to this map a bit more recently, and a few months ago I decided I would revisit this idea of this Ghost Town inspired map in Halo 4. So I went to Ravine, actually, because I didn't want to do Forge Island, because I wanted to have some actual terrain to work with. So I went to Ravine and I started making this map. I kind of carried over some similar elements, carried over the arch, although it's not quite as cool on this new map. Actually, this new map never even got a real name. Its working title was Town of Plox, but I don't know. But I carried over some elements. I was definitely much more thoughtful about the overall design of this map than I was with Roundtown, simply because I've been forging for much longer now and I have a lot more experience. And there's some definitely very cool elements on this map. I think it looks pretty nice. Personally, I like the green and some of the rocks, and I kind of took the destroyed architecture to the next level and have a lot more like debris and whatnot scattered around the map. And there are some other cool elements. The ghost is back, and there's this cool little intro encounter thing where the red team gets these rockets and the blue team gets a sniper rifle, and they reach them at the same time. And the sniper has this like backboard behind it that the rockets can hit to take the sniper out, but the sniper can take out the guy with the rockets because he's kind of exposed, and the sniper's got this really great line of sight on him. So that was kind of an interesting mechanic, and I think that worked pretty well. But then the problem with this map sort of became that because Ravine's terrain was kind of long and narrow, the map had to be long and narrow to fit. And I didn't want it to be long and narrow. I wanted it to be a bit, ideally I would have kind of squished it in a little bit. Because now the center of the map has a few choke points along it, and it kind of just breaks up the map, not quite in the sense that I would have liked. But I don't know. I'd let you guys decide for yourself. I think it's still an interesting map, and it's solid. It's not amazing, but I don't know. So I thought this was kind of an interesting little exercise to go back and look at another concept. And this is something I hope to revisit in the future, just like the cargo port concept. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyways, you guys can download both of these maps and I don't know, look at them, learn from them, play them, have fun, whatever. So enjoy that if you choose to do so. And thanks for watching, guys. This has been Psychoduck with THFE. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.